you're having a great day today. I just wanted to give my thoughts on Trump's request to have the affidavit showing why his Mar-A-Lago club was raided by the FBI. Well, it's come out that the National Archives has stated Trump has kept over 700 pages of classified documents. Over 700 pages. Now, if you have a job, you know that you don't take wads and wads of original papers home to keep. And he didn't put them in a secure place. He put these classified documents of all levels in his Mar-A-Lago club, which he uses as his residence, and a whole bunch of people can use as their residence because they pay a certain amount. I don't think they go through any security to join that club. It's just how much money you have, and are you going to keep giving money to Trump as a member of the club? So it's absolutely ridiculous that he would put these classified documents of secrets of the U.S. government, whether Trump feels they're warranted or not, it doesn't matter. He is not the ultimate decision maker, even though he is president. He is not the ultimate decision maker as to what is important and what is not. And we know several of his family members have said that Trump was trying to change history. He wanted to change documents so that his administration, those 4 years he spent in the White House, would not show all of the problems he had and all of the corruption he participated in the White House. So he was trying to keep those documents out of the National Archives. He was trying to change history, and he kept those documents in an unsecure place and never notified anybody about where they were. Now, if Trump had died and one of his Russian or Saudi Arabian or Chinese co-conspirators had gotten in there, and because they were a club member, looked through those rooms, those closets, they could have had total access to those classified documents. Nobody was guarding them, and there were no levels of security for these documents. So that's absolutely ridiculous. I think through the many, many problems Trump has had, he has shown that he is not competent to be president again. He needs to be totally disqualified from ever being president again. And since he started complaining about wanting to be president and picking candidates for this next round of elections, and then topped by his stealing all of these documents from the White House and the National Archives, it shows he cannot be president again. He is not a trustworthy leader. He does not have the mental capacity to be a leader. He is corrupt. He has no sense of what he is doing or what the importance of the documents are for our current decisions and for history. Now, when Joe Biden took office, if Trump had all of these things stuffed in his club closets, Joe Biden was deprived of that information in making decisions about what he needed to do to help the U.S. and what was the status of agreements with various world leaders. And that doesn't even include the documents that Trump flushed down the toilet and the ones that he was seen eating. Yes, Trump was eating documents, and that was said by people who worked with him in the White House. So the next leader, the person who follows you, has to depend on what you did in order to decide what he's going to do. Trump deprived Biden of all that information, that continuity of policy, that continuity of talks. What did Trump tell China, and what does Biden tell China? They have to be coordinated. And if Trump is hiding the documents, changing the documents, and basically trying to deprive Biden of information and also the National Archives, that is totally unacceptable, and that can be detrimental to us as a country, and it cannot be tolerated in anybody who wants to be president. So I think that the whole issue as to whether or not the affidavit for the search of Mar-A-Lago, whether or not that should be shown to Trump, is moot. Yes, if they found 700 pages plus of classified documents in his clubhouse, that proves that he was stealing the documents and had put them into some place where nobody had access to them but Trump and his clubhouse members, and it shows they had a valid reason for going in and raiding the clubhouse, as Donald Trump never does anything without suing the government repeatedly, costing government taxpayers millions of dollars, and eventually, even when he's told that the courts have determined that, if they determined that he had to turn in his taxes or he had to turn over these government papers, Trump still would not do it, and he would continue to try to get new paths for additional lawsuits. It's just crazy. He is not competent to be president. He has too much corruption behind him. He's trying to hide too many things of his criminal activities, and I think that's the end. We need to just say there's no need to show the affidavit or the warrant or anything else about that raid. It was a valid raid. It turned up hundreds of classified documents stolen by Trump from the White House, so it was valid. The warrant and the affidavit were valid, and it's proved just because they were all found in Mar-A-Lago. The proof is there. No need to even discuss this further. The court needs to call this thing moot and let us move on. We are involved in a war that is taking billions of dollars of our cash and giving it to the Ukraine, and we have other problems including inflation, student loans, loss of educators, a lot of violence. Some of that is even incited by Trump with his irresponsible speech, and we just need to move on to try to get rid of some of these other problems and stop focusing on what happens to Trump's little lagoon there in Florida. So anyway,